What's going on, Stim Heads? Hi, Stim Ace here, and I hope you're having an incredible start to your week. Your week is about to get a whole lot better after watching this review because I have a product here that I've ran over the last 3 days in a row, and this is something that I've actually really been waiting a long time for because the company, Nemesis Nutrition, new company, by the way, check them out on Instagram. They released this product just recently, just a couple of days ago, but they've been hyping it up for a couple of months. They released the label a couple of weeks ago, and I was really excited because based off of the label, this looks like something you can run almost every day, maybe 3-4 days a week. It's got a little bit of these semi-illicits in there, but nothing crazy, nothing borderline gray area. So they're really right on the cusp over there of creating something that's in between a daily driver and a medium to high stim pre-workout with a little bit of that illicit background there. So it's something that I was very excited for. It's a little bit different than anything coming out right now. So I was super stoked for this one to come in. And boy, was I excited when I got this tub in my hands. The product I am holding here in my hands is the all-new Psycho Stim pre-workout by Nemesis Nutrition. And this one here does indeed have a very unique label, and we're going to break it down as well as the flavor and the effects in the gym where it matters most. Let's roll that intro and let's get to it. All right, guys, so as you can see, we got the tub in hand. It's got a really nice skeletal aesthetic over here. Really cool. I dig it. And it tells you it's a high stim energy blend, muscle pumps, cognitive function. And this here is the Psycho Pop flavor. As you can see, man, this thing, I love the art on here, the dripping popsicles. This thing is popping off. No pun intended. But over here, it tells you have 20 scoops in here. So you're getting 20 servings. The label's here. We're going to go over that in a moment. There's a nice little high stim note over here. I dig it. I like when they do stuff like that. It's very creative. And over here in the back, it just kind of breaks down some of the main components. And it's a very nice font, very modern, easy to read. It's pleasant on the eyes, very aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, man, this here is the tub. It looks really cool. It's really nice. And we're going to talk about this flavor. Now, it does come in 2 flavors. You also have the sour cherry flavor, which I did get to sample because the owner sent me the sour cherry sample separately. So I got to try that one. I actually ran that one first. I ran this for the last 3 days because I really wanted to get a feel for it and really wanted to come on here and break down everything stone by stone. So the sour cherry flavor is amazing. Honestly, one of the best flavors I ever had. They taste like those cherry warheads you had as a kid, the sour ones. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Might be dating myself a little bit here, but really good sour cherry candy. Freaking immaculate. Honestly, there's nothing negative to say about it. But the flavor that I have here, the one that actually I requested, was the Rocket Pop flavor. And this did not disappoint. Definitely in the top 2 or 3 Rocket Pop flavors I ever had. It's honestly a flavor that's kind of hard to screw up, but it's really good. It tasted like a melted Rocket Pop, and there's nothing else to add to it. It tastes really good. It's delicious. No nasty aftertaste. Let's talk about this label. So looking at the supplement facts here, you're getting 20 servings per container, and each serving is 19.5 grams, which is 1 full scoop. Now, I got to say right off the bat that a flat scoop comes in at about 15.5 to 16 grams. So it is a little bit underdosed, about 3.5 grams underdosed, which is pretty significant. So if you guys are taking this, if you do not have a digital kitchen scale, which you should, if you're a high stim pre-workout enthusiast like High Stim Ace, if you do not have that scale, then just take a fat heaping scoop. And if you do have the scale, make sure to weigh it out for accuracy. Now, with that being said, we are going to begin the label, and we're getting 8 grams of citrulline, which is great. It's going to help with the blood flow, with the pumps, and everything that comes along with it. Beta-alanine at 4,000 milligrams for tingles. L-Tyrosine at 2,000 milligrams for focus. I like that dose. Alpha-GBC 50% yield, 600 milligrams, another great nootropic. Going to pair really well with that L-Tyrosine and create a nice effect mentally. And to continue with the nootropics, we got Choline Bitartrate at 500 milligrams and DMAE at 350 milligrams. So they really loaded up the nootropics in here, which is going to give you this nice little floaty head high, not an illicit type of head high, but theoretically going to have you really focused and dialed in, but also keep a nice clean and calm feeling about and really emphasize the concentration while you're training in the gym. We have Caffeine Anhydrous at 350 milligrams, which is a really good dose, teetering on that Stim Junkie 400 milligram dose, a little bit less than that, but I like it. It's a very good dose, going to get you energized and dialed in without having you too hopped up in the gym. We have Araya Genesis coming in at 250 milligrams. Also a very respectable dose, going to provide a nice floaty head high, and this is the closest to an illicit ingredient we have in here. Actually, that's not true. There's another one. We'll talk about it in a moment, but the Araya is going to give you this floaty little head high, and theoretically, if it's well sourced, it should pair really well with those nootropics and really get you in the bubble, in the zone where you want to be when you're pumping that iron. And then we have theobromine at 200 milligrams, a caffeine alternative, I guess, but it's not an alternative because we have caffeine in here and we have theobromine. So you're getting the best of both. Infinergy, which is Di-Caffeine Malate, 100 milligrams. So I think that provides a 75% yield. So we're at 425 milligrams of total caffeine thus far. Then we have hordenine at 50 milligrams. So that is another ingredient that is kind of on the in-between area. Very interesting. It's not a major dose. Usually you see about 100 milligrams to 150, but 50 milligrams, if it's well sourced, it should add a little bit of that stimulation, a little bit of that speedy effect, and also more focus. So this is a very focus-driven type of experience, as you guys can see. We have synephrine coming in at 50 milligrams, so yet another ingredient that's in that little gray area, titillating a little bit here and there, but it's going to create a nice thermogenic effect. And in my experience, all these thermogenics like GBB and synephrine pair really well with stimulants, and they kind of enhance the effectiveness of the stimulant. You're going to feel it a little bit more. So 50 milligrams is more than enough to get the job done, and you will be sweating a little bit, at least on this one, theoretically. Estrogen for absorption, 50 milligrams. Isopropyl synephrine, 30 milligrams, the more concentrated form of synephrine. So you're getting 80 milligrams of total synephrine in here, which is really, really nice. You have Noopept at 30 milligrams, so a nootropic that is also kind of in the gray area, not really, but a little bit. And that also kind of puts you in the bubble and really has you dialed and focused in on the mission at hand. So lots of nootropics in this pre-workout here. Huperzine A, another nootropic that helps with focus, 20 milligrams. And lastly, bioperine at 10 milligrams for absorption. So as if the estrogen wasn't enough at 50, you're also getting in the bioperine just to make sure that this all really and fully absorbs within your body. Before High-Stim Ace breaks down my experience running the all-new Psycho Stim pre-workout over the past 3 days, don't forget to like this video, comment below, share the channel with a fellow Stim junkie or a pre-workout enthusiast, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Alright guys, so Psycho Stim, one of the most anticipated drops of 2025. Where do we begin? So this one here, according to the label, should provide you a very nice nootropic effect, give you a little bit of that illicit feeling with the Araya, with the hordenine, and also create a nice thermogenic sense of urgency. It's very interesting that there's no yohimbine or alpha-yo in this one, because by looking at this label, I would assume that they would put in at least yohimbine HCl, because it's got like all these other ingredients that focus on creating a speedy thermogenic effect, but also a nice nootropic one. So I'm kind of surprised there's no alpha-yo in here, but hold your horses, because that is actually a good thing. Now, with this product here, it has a very interesting way of working and operating. I ran it over the past 3 days, 3 times, and I did run the cherry one the very first time. The last 2 days, I ran the Rocket Pop flavor here. Now, the taste is amazing. As I said earlier, goes down very smoothly, no issues on that end. You're going to start feeling the beta tingles at the 7-8 minute mark. Actually, very nice beta tingles on this one. Very well sourced beta alanine. 4 grams comes in nice. You're going to feel that nice wave throughout your body. It's not overpowering. It's not uncomfortable, but it is definitely there, letting you know that it's time to move around and get your rear end to the gym. Now, at the 15-minute mark, you're going to start feeling a little bit of that nootropic head high. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing that's going to blow you up. You don't feel like your head is floating off of your body. There's no illicit vibes in here per se, but at the same time, this feels very clean. There's this nice head high that comes in it, but it's a nice natural type of head high where you're just focused, dialed in, and you're kind of ready to go. The caffeine also starts kicking in around that time. Maybe the theobromine has something to do with it as well. And by 20 minutes, you're kind of ready to go. It still doesn't fully hit at that 20-minute mark because this pre-workout here is a builder. This thing actually builds gradually over the workout. Even up until 15 minutes, I still felt this thing building up. So I'm going to give you a recommendation based off the 3 days that I ran this product here. Wait before you start lifting the weights. Take this product maybe 20, 25 minutes before you even touch the weights. Let it build up. If you have a walk to the gym or a drive to the gym, it's a good opportunity to take the drink beforehand. And once you get there 20, 25 minutes in, you can start slowly warming up. And you're going to have to do a little bit of initial work to get this product to work with you. So it's not one of those crazy stim bombs, despite the name Psycho Stim. It's not one of those crazy stim bombs that's going to slap you right off the bat and wake you up from the dead. You have to put in a little bit of heart to get going, and within 2 or 3 warm-up sets, this thing is going to punch back, and it's going to really put you in a very nice nootropic, but slightly illicit feeling bubble. This doesn't feel like a full-on Stim Junkie pre-workout, but this is definitely a Stim Junkie daily, although I wouldn't run it every single day. There's still hordenine in here and synephrine and isopropylsynephrine. I wouldn't run this daily, but you can get away with running this one 3-4 days a week, no problem, if you guys want to kind of wean off the crazy illicit stuff, but you still want to have that illicit-ish feeling and still get in a good high-energy, high-octane workout, but without burning out your adrenal system. This is a fantastic option. This is really something in between high-end daily and a medium to high-stim pre-workout, so it captures a niche in the market that you don't really see all that much because you either have non-stim, daily drivers, or crazy high-stim pre-workouts. This here is between a high-end Stim Junkie daily and a medium to high-stim pre-workout, so it really kind of carves its own little niche, and I think that makes this product stand out and worth looking into. At the 35-40 minute mark, this thing really starts kicking into overgear. The synephrine and isopropylsynephrine come in at that point, maybe even the hordenine, because you start sweating and you realize you've been training pretty hard for the last 40 minutes. You get this nice little head buzz that comes from those thermogenics interacting with the stimulants, and you're just going to be sweaty and really in it to win it. Not a crazy sense of sweat, but it's going to be there. And if your gym happens to have the AC on blast like mine does, then you might get a little bit of the shivers, but there's nothing uncomfortable in here. There's no insanely elevated heart rate. There's no shakes or anything like that. No cold sweats. And this is why I think this is a great option for people that do not like alpha-O. And I understand why there's no alpha-O in here, because if you put in even 1 milligram of alpha-O, I feel like it would kind of mess with the synergy of this product and really kind of take it to that Stim Junkie level. And I think they wanted to keep it somewhere in between. So this was obviously a calculated decision, and I think it works in its favor because alpha-O would be way too intense for this experience. Now, like I said, at the 40-45 minute mark, this thing is still going to be building and building and building. So you want to start your training session at about 20-25 minutes in. But if you're going to be in the gym for like a good hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes, this thing is perfect. There is a little bit of a come down, but it's not a crash. It's nothing intense. You're still going to feel a little stimmed out. There's a nice nootropic effect that lasts for a couple of hours post-training. But in terms of like that intense energy and the heat from the synephrine, that's going to tone down gradually. And within like 2.5, 3 hours, you're pretty much back to baseline, but you still have this nice little nootropic head high that keeps you going. So I think this is a great option for people that train in the morning. I personally do not, but I did run this on High Stim Saturday, so I did get to experience it. It wakes you up, it gives you good clean energy without overstimulating you, without crashing you afterwards, but the nootropic effect lasts pretty much for the rest of the day. So I think that's a big win, and it's great to take in the mornings. Now, the pumps. We have to discuss the pumps because people like pairing high-stim pre-workouts with pumps. This here, again, it's not a high-stim pre-workout, but it's really like that high-end daily, medium stim, somewhere in between. The pumps on here are incredible. As you can see in the photos here, I was super pumped and swole and jacked. It really has a nice pump package. It's not overwhelming, but I blew up and I didn't stack anything on top of it. No pump caps, no glycerol, nothing. This was just the pre-workout doing its own thing. And I was freaking pumped, as you guys can see. So you don't have to stack anything on top of it. I wouldn't even stack glycerol or pump pills. It's not necessary. You're going to be pumped, you're going to be swole, you're going to look great, and you're going to feel great in the gym while you're training and pushing past your limits. Overall, this is an incredible pre-workout. It's one I will be keeping in my personal stash for those days where I don't want to be too stimmed out, but I still want something that's going to hit me nicely and really have a well-balanced experience. So if you guys are interested, you can head over to the official website. I'm going to link it down below with a discount code, and you can pick this one up and save a little bit of money while helping support the High Stim Ace YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I do hope you decide to check out this product. It's really special. It definitely has its purpose, and it's one that, like I said earlier, I will be keeping in my personal stash. If you guys found this video beneficial, don't forget to like the video. It greatly helps the algorithm. Make sure to follow Nemesis Nutrition on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at high-stim-ace. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next time for the next high-stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. High-Stim Ace, signing off.